for everyone, this
Great.
is Tommaso Renna. He's the admissions manager at Universidad Europea. And
hi guys.
He will be my interview partner today when we talk from the LEAP headquarters with Universidad Europea about all the undergraduate programs that are 100% in English in Madrid and Valencia.
Exactly. Thank you.
So,
thank you.
Tommaso, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah. Thank you very much, first of all, for the invitation and for the introduction, for the presentation. I'm very happy to be with you today and with the students. Well, basically, I am part of the international business department inside Universidad Europea. I am based in Madrid, but we do have campuses in 3 different cities here in Spain. We have 2 campuses based in Madrid, one on the east side of the city in a not a really small village, but it's not, let's say, the city center. It's called Via Viciosa de Odon. It's quite close to the city center. It takes 25 minutes to go by bus every day. Then we have a second campus on the northern side of the city, and it's called Alcobendas, and that's the campus for we will be talking about the Real Madrid school. I guess that will be quite appealing for the students interested, of course, in sport.
We already had a few questions about Real Madrid, Tommaso, and I'm sure we will address them throughout the session.
That's great. Actually, we have a campus for Real Madrid programs. That it's based in Alcobendas, on the northern side of the city. Then we have a third campus in Valencia, in the city of Valencia, city center. It's very, very well located, very close to the beach as well. You're not going on holidays, of course. You need to study a lot, but the campus is very, very well located. It's a good one. I really like Valencia campus. And then we have the smallest campus in the Canary Islands. It's like, just to give you a reference, it's about a couple of hours and a half by flight from Madrid. It's a small campus. We approximately have in the Canary Islands 1,000 students. In all our campuses, we have 18,000 students. So
wow.
It's a big campus. It's a big campus, and I guess it will be very interesting to the students to know that more than 30% of our students are international. So people coming from all over the world. We have students coming from France, from Spain, from Middle East, from Northern Africa, United States, Latin America, as you can imagine, because they are Spanish-speaking countries. We are talking about approximately 5,000 students, international students, out of the 18,000 students I mentioned.
More students than a lot of other schools have in total. Like it's very impressive. But I was going to ask you, will I become famous if I study in Madrid? Because one of your campuses was mentioned on Netflix. I don't know who of the viewership saw the Spanish series Elite.
Elite,
I don't know if
exactly.
you saw the high-class, cutting-edge technology campus that they're out in Madrid. Is this where you are based, Tommaso?
Exactly, that's the same. That's the Via Viciosa campus, the first one I mentioned. So let's say the main one. That's actually the main one, because in Madrid, in Via Viciosa campus, we have bachelor's degrees and master's degrees. We have 5 big buildings divided according to the faculty. Big sports facilities. We have accommodations as well inside the campus, and it's actually the campus where Elite was recorded. That was maybe the second season. Maybe was released one year ago. Maybe, I guess I was here already, because it's been a couple of years. I'm in Universidad Europea.
I've seen it all, to be honest, and I think I'm gonna watch it a second time because it's.
So the lake, all the garden outside, that's from the Universidad Europea. It's actually behind me. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I can show it.
We can see the window. We can see the window.
That one, yeah. Maybe it's familiar.
Okay.
It will be familiar.
So, but Tommaso, we're already getting the first questions, and then I don't want to keep the viewers waiting. As for everybody who's watching, please ask us questions, like just fire away, and we will cover our topics we see as we go, and we'll answer all your questions. So we've got one here from Samuel, who's asking, is the Real Madrid program in Valencia?
No, We have a campus in Madrid, and well, I will take the opportunity to speak a little bit more, a couple of minutes about Real Madrid School. The Real Madrid School is only for master's degrees, so we do not have any bachelor's degrees with the Real Madrid logo. We have, for example, in English, the bachelor's degree in sports management, but then, however, it's not with the Real Madrid logo. So we need to, let's say, mark this difference. Real Madrid, so this is a big school, a huge school. We have approximately 8,000 students coming from everywhere. I can mention maybe the main foreign countries, Ecuador, Latin America in general. We have loads of students coming from the States as well, coming from Middle East. So it's a very popular school, and we do offer all the let's say all the aspects of the sport-related programs, only for masters. I repeat, we do have sports marketing, sports law, sports nutrition, an MBA in sports management. Well, whatever is concerned to sport, we do offer it at a master level with the Real Madrid School, with the Universidad Europea and Real Madrid logo. So actually, if you think that you want to start to apply for a sport-related master's degree, you will have it with the Real Madrid logo, but it's not available for bachelor's degrees. Basically, all the masters, when I say that the program is available in English, that means that the program is available in Spanish as well. So it's available both
so
in.
You can do kind of both,
exactly.
Whatever you prefer.
Exactly.
And I think it's important to mention that I mean, today's session is more specifically about the undergraduate programs. But of course, if you come to Universidad Europea to study a bachelor's, you can then study a master's afterwards at the Real Madrid Graduate School. I think Tommaso is currently on a frozen.
I don't know, maybe a little connection issue. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're back.
Can you repeat? Sorry, I missed the last question. Can you repeat it? Sorry.
No, I was just saying it's absolutely possible to take an undergraduate program at Universidad Europea and then study at Real Madrid Graduate School. There's a lot of people doing this. And today's session is more focused on the undergraduate program itself. So let me ask you, what makes you at Universidad Europea different in the way that you teach? For instance, if we compare it to a public university in Spain?
Well, first of all, the academic offer. Well, I would say there are two big elements. We do have a huge academic offer. We are talking about more than 200 programs. So you can actually choose among all the aspects of all the engineering-based programs. When it comes to the social sciences school, we do have loads of programs, communication, marketing, advertising. I would mention the health-related programs. Apart from medicine, we do offer dentistry, both in Spanish and English, psychology, both in Spanish and English. I will mention architecture as well, available both in Spanish and English. International business, as well, it's available in English. And secondly, the academic model. In a public university, you won't have so many practical hours. Here, I would say more than 50% of the time that the student will spend at university as a student will be actually practical hours from the very first day. I will mention, for example, psychology. I know that there are students, we have actually many students interested in psychology.
It's actually one of the only English programs in Spain in psychology, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, let's talk about that. We had a question before from Let the Sky Fall, I think. She was wondering what are the admission requirements for specifically psychology. I think we should definitely cover this one.
Okay. Well, first of all, I do recommend to apply through Tom. Actually, we do collaborate with Tom. It's been actually a great collaboration, and I do recommend to apply through the services that are offered in LEAP. Secondly, well, what about the admission process? The admission process is quite, I would say, straightforward. First of all, we need you to take an English test. If you choose an English program, you will need to take an English test and the Spanish one, but the entry level, the minimum entry level, is only requested for the English exam, or for Spanish, of course, if the program is in Spanish. And the level, it depends on the program, but it's usually B2. So you will take this test. It's a 50-minute test divided into grammar, test comprehension, and listening. After the test, you will need to send to Tom 2 documents. The first one is the passport. The second one is the written interview. The written interview is made up of 4 questions. So you reply to these questions and you send this document to Tom. Tom will send them to me, and you will receive a second test from the admission department. We call it psychotechnical test. It's a test. It's a 30-minute test based on communication skills, for example. So it's a general test. As soon as you take this second test, the admission team will send to you a link for the reservation fee. That's quite important, and I will mention a discount we have. We apply actually in January. So you need to pay the reservation fee, because we have limited seats for all the programs. So that's why we ask for a fee to book, let's say, a seat in September, when you will start to take the lectures, basically. Mm-hmm. I was mentioning, that's it basically, the admission process.
So, that's very informative. So I think I'm just going to summarize it again, and correct me if I'm wrong. So basically, the way to go around applications at Universidad Europea is contact your educational advisor. Of course, that's LEAP in Spain. And we will provide you with all the requirements that you need. Among them is a valid passport for the duration of your studies. You will need a motivational letter, which is more of a questionnaire, and we will guide you throughout this whole process. And you will have a language test if you apply for English programs, or a language test if you apply for Spanish programs. The minimum requirement to enter is a B2 level in either language. So if you study 100% in English, it's going to be a B2 in English, 100% in Spanish, a B2 in Spanish. And once you move along in the application process later on, there will be a skill and competency test to make sure that you are eligible for the program, that you fit into the philosophy of the school, and that you will be the next flower to blossom, we can say.
Exactly. I confirm the words, Tom's words, and yeah, it's actually a straightforward process. You just need to send the documents we mentioned, then you need to take the exam, the skills and competence test, and reserve and pay for the reservation fee. And we do have a 50% discount on the reservation fee until January the 31st. So
wait, let me count. That's 5 more days.
That's five more days. Exactly.
First come, first serve, I would say.
Exactly. So if you have already decided to, let's say, start the admission process into a Spanish university, in particular at Universidad Europea, you will get these quite interesting discount until the end of this month.
Perfect. Tommaso, we just got a question from Novia. She's asking, do you accept the IGCSE English language exam?
No, not really. Actually, we do not accept language certifications. The students have to take the exams, the English and Spanish exams, and get the B2 level. So we do not accept, unfortunately, any language certifications. Not even for IELTS, for example. So, but of course, if the student got B2 level on a certificate, there would be no problem at all to get the B2 on the online test, language test, for sure.
That's good to know. Yeah, Novia, I hope your question is answered with this. We had another question from Salami. Is Spanish required to study at Universidad Europea? Is it a requirement to speak Spanish as the language if you study English?
Good question, Salami. Thank you very much for it. Well, not really. Not really. The students have to take the Spanish exam, as we mentioned a few seconds ago. Of course, what happens? It happens that from second year, I will mention, for example, psychology or dentistry. We will ask the students to have at least a B2 level at the end of the first year in order to start the practical hours with real patients on second year. In order to be sure that, that the students have the B2 level, we have an online language department that organizes lectures and courses for international students in order for them to get the B2 level at the end of the first year, so they will have access, they will be allowed to have to start the practical hours with real patients on the second year. So there is no entry level if you choose an English-based program. But at the end of the year, at the end of the first year, according to the program, you might be asked to have a B2 level. But in that case, we do offer courses, Spanish courses. The students can choose between group lectures or individual lectures. There is total freedom. That's actually according to students' preferences. But yeah, we do have. Actually, I would say that all our international students have no big issues at all to get the B2 level. Actually, after 1 year in Spain, you create your group of friends, you have your flatmates, well, you share a flat with Spanish or Latin American people, so it's not unlikely to have a B2 level, not at all. You will get it for sure.
You pick it up as you go. But just to clarify, like the program that you were speaking about was more medical science related. So I think this one was dentistry program. If somebody studies, for instance, let's say a bachelor in business administration, he doesn't require Spanish.
No, actually, for example, international relations, we do recommend, of course, to take the online language courses from our language department, our language team, because from third year, there will be a couple of modules in Spanish. So it's actually in English. It's the program is full in English, but there will be a couple of modules in Spanish. So it's highly recommended to have a B2 level. That's for the student actually. So the student is able to understand what the professor is saying in a lecture. We do recommend to have a B2 level and to take classes, Spanish classes, with our language team, because you will get, actually the group classes are never more than 15 students, so you will have a personalized service. If you have doubts, if you have questions, the professors will be there with a personalized approach, and that's actually very, very well organized.
And I mean, we always tell our students, like, I mean, a lot of people come here, and even if it's just for a master for 1 year, or if you come for a bachelor, you will study in Spain for 3, 4, 5 years, even if you study dentistry or architecture. And I mean, if you come here and you want a full immersion into the culture, you want to go to a restaurant and talk to people, understand the street signs, and I mean, just come here, study in English, and then pick up the international vibe and learn Spanish. It's the second most spoken language in the world. There's a lot of business people using it for international networking. It's very important. So whilst you're studying here for 3, 4, 5 years, like go the mile, go the extra mile, and pick up some Spanish. It's very useful, and Universidad Europea can support you.
Yeah, I'm not Spanish myself, actually. I guess maybe my accent is quite, well, obvious. I'm Italian, and I came as a student here in Spain. And so I learned Spanish on my own, with my flatmates, with friends. So just believe in yourself, and you will get, for sure, a B2 level at the end of the first year, maybe more. So don't overthink and just take it out how it comes, and yeah, just be aware of your potential.
Yeah, I think that's good advice for everybody. And then Tommaso, we had another question here from Ali. Wanted to know if there's a particularly degree that you need to study previously in order to access the master's program of Universidad Europea, or I think this one is specifically more directed towards the Real Madrid graduate school. Is there something specific you have to study in an undergraduate study, or could it be business, for instance?
It can be business. It can be business. Of course, well, there is for the master's degrees, there is an interview, an oral interview on the phone or via Skype with the director of the master, where you will be asked for sure what is your university background. Anyway, we do accept all the students are eligible for Real Madrid master's degrees. Of course, if you have a title, a university title in international business, and you want to study sports law, you will need the workload at the very beginning will be higher because you don't have law background, but still you are eligible for the master. So don't worry. We can recommend, of course, if you're not sure about maybe an MBA in sports management or master's degree in sports law. We have our admission team that will direct yourself to maybe the best option according to your university background. Of course, we have we do recommend, we do advise students, but if you want to study sports law, you are 100% eligible.
Perfect. So yeah, I mean, that leaves a wide range of options for undergraduate programs if you want to study at Real Madrid Graduate School afterwards and maybe even have an internship there or have a shot at a job to work with the really big stars. Now, Tommaso, a question that we get a lot of times is, does Universidad Europea, do you offer financial aid? Do you offer some type of scholarships for, you know, very gifted students or students with very special circumstances? Is this something that you offer?
Well, we do have scholarships available. We have 2 scholarships available for bachelor's degrees. The first one is based on sports performance. I mean, if you are a semi-professional sports student, so if you are part of an institution, national institution, you can justify that you are a semi-professional sport person, athlete, basically, you can apply for our sports scholarship that it's up to 30% of the tuition fee. So it's 30. The second option is based on the final mark of your high school diploma. According to the homologation, you need to have, in order to apply, you need to have at least an 8.0 out of 10, because in Spain it's out of 10, according to the homologation of your title. If you have it, you can apply. The problem, if we can call it, as actually the truth is that the last day to apply for the second internship is mid-September. So sometimes international students do not have the homologation ready. Statistically, we do not have so many international students getting the scholarship. Of course, if you have an 8.0 average mark of your high school diploma, you can apply for it. Of course, if you have already your title homologated. So yeah, these are the 2 scholarships we have available at Universidad Europea.
Okay, so like for semi-professional athletes and based on academic merit. I think important to mention here is you just mentioned the homologation process, which of course is a important process if somebody wants university admission in Spain. I'm just gonna rephrase it in one sentence. So it's basically the grade equivalency or grade legalization of your foreign degree in Spain. And basically they take your GPA from your IGCSB background, from your national high school, from your IB, from the American school system, and they apply it to the Spanish system, and you get a score between 0 and 10. Now, Tommaso just said if you had 8, at least 8 over 10, you would be eligible for the scholarship. Now, this process is long and painful and complicated. I'm not going to lie about it, but this is something that we at LEAP can help you with because we're doing it on a daily basis.
Great, thank you, Tom.
And then another thing that we hear, and it's important, of course, we're facing reality. We're living in a globally changing world with the pandemic, with coronavirus. It's here, but at the same time, like, we're having face-to-face classes. We're competing with the virus in terms of having medium-sized classes and keeping all the restrictions in place. How do you see that being implemented at Universidad Europea? Like, do you feel like it makes a huge difference for the students, or what does somebody who's currently in this home country, what do they have to think about before they come here?
Well, actually, the response of the Universidad Europea has been very positive. The organization of the lectures during the COVID and after in September when the new academic year started was very good. Of course, we do care. We do take into account, first of all, students' health. So we want them to feel sure and to feel free as well to take classes, to take lectures online. We developed this hybrid academic model. It's called HiFlex, where the students can decide to have lectures from home, so online lectures basically. When it comes to practical hours, all the practical hours, of course, respecting all the restrictions, all the capacity. We have a 50% capacity in our laboratories or in our classrooms. Practical hours must be taken on campus. When it comes to the theoretical part, the students have the freedom to choose between online and online and campus-based lectures. But, however, for the practical hours, in that case, the presence of the students will be needed, will be asked. Because practical hours, we cannot replace them with online platforms. The students will be judged as well, will be not judged but evaluated by the professors according to the practical hours as well. So in that case, the presence of the students is needed in our campuses. Of course, we have, as I mentioned, 50% capacity. Everything is safe. You won't see any big, let's say, crowded laboratories with 50 students. No, it's impossible to see that because that would be illegal. So just, of course, the mask is mandatory. You will have the practical hours with the masks and all the measures that can ensure students' safety.
Okay, it's great to know that there are a lot of responsible schools and that you're leading, this restriction development, because after all, like, education is not something you should postpone, but rather, grab the bull by the horn and make it still possible. And I think Universidad Europea is a lightning example for that.